on him. He just went up and knocked him down.
I know, man. Easy, right? Holding foul. Looks like Ali or Freeman on the personal early here.
One of the big keys is that can you get Freeman down in the post? They got him so low. Shoemake was too far out, heading top side. Beautiful pass from the perimeter. Freeman is a guy, I think he's the X factor in this game.
Such a big moment here, Wolfie, early. So Freeman, the leading rebounder and defensive player of the year in the MAC, will take a seat with that first foul. We're 2 minutes, 11 seconds in, and Michael Wynn replaces him. So John Gross is not going to risk, even now, at this point of the game, a second foul on
what
Freeman.
You got to look at with Freeman, he's got 20-plus family members here. It's a semifinal game. You just see Moss taking it strong to the basket. Right now, John Gross this is 25th year for him. Take him out, get your sea legs, we'll get you back in there.
Right, 28 minutes did Freeman against Buffalo in the quarterfinals. 10 points, 9 rebounds. Had foul trouble. Sat out a lot of the second half in a close game. 10 to shoot for Ali. A way under the radar recruit for Akron. Baseline, it's way off. Shoemake, a hand on it, comes to Moss. Whoa, he gets physical and commits the offensive foul with a push-off.
When Ali gets the ball on the low block, they sit there and they will try to throw a defender at him. Here, watch the right arm of Moss pushing Castaneda off. And that is always going to be called a foul. They are really keeping an eye on that hand checking.
15.6 rebounds, Castaneda. As Wolfie said, explosive first half. They all came in the opening 20 last night in the quarterfinals. Ali in the corner. 3 rattles out. Milner Jr. Third stop. Cleveland State at JUCO in Florida and Toledo. For Milner Jr. The paint finds Shoemake. Deep corner 3. Too strong.
Rhino, I think they're shooting too many threes. They need to be aggressive. They are the #1 seed. They've won 17 MAC games. They have to get to the basket and stop settling.
Michael Dawson, the sophomore, had 17 quarterfinals against Buffalo. Was fantastic. 17 came against BG earlier this year, 14 against Buffalo last night, and a big difference maker in your mind.
But Dave, I tell you, in that game, he really was strong. He had some threes that gave him that big cushion. Now, Buffalo came back, but he was the key for that big run.
Miss for Rollins. Dawson had 3 threes in the game last night in the quarters. Castaneda, kick out, dribble a 3. Back iron miss. Win a battle for the offensive glass, and Dennis tracks it down instead.
They're 0 for 4 from the three-point line. They need to put that away. You know, yeah, you knock this one down, but you can't. Toledo has done a great job of winning games by not having to shoot the 3. They shoot it as a second option after they try to be aggressive going to the basket.
5 of the 7 points early for the Rockets from Raheem Moss, a former high-level high school football recruit. Cincinnati and Kentucky wanted him pretty badly. Dribble! Got some want to as well, drives through traffic for a second field goal.
Good body control by Trimble, getting up there and changing his body and shifting it to the right hand.
So no Brian Trimble again for Akron. Not on the trip here at the tournament. Milner Jr., top of the key, too strong. Win the rebound. And Trimble, for much of the season, led the MAC in 3-point shots made. But John Gross told us last night his coach's decision suspension has not changed and will not for this tournament.
And he did not make the trip.
It's a big loss. A lot of guys in the backcourt, like Trimble, though, are making up for the deficit with Trimble out. Castaneda 3. Just short. Rebound for Moss. He's had a great start tonight. Five starters for Toledo, average about 34 minutes per game in the quarters here last night. Todd Kowalczyk is going to need his stars to shine brightly again if they're going to get by John Gross and Akron in the MAC semifinals. All right, Wolfie's talked some 3-point shooting here tonight.
Well, Akron's been able to knock him down. You see Dawson continuing picking up where he left off yesterday, and Moss knocking down the 3-point jump shot. But, you know, Dave, we've talked about this many, many times. What I think the difference in this Toledo team this year is that they don't rely on that 3. So far, they're 1 of 5 from the 3. They even said yesterday when they talked to us, hey, we shot too many threes in the first half. Second half, they started being more aggressive, getting the ball going downhill. and get into the paint.
Seth Miller Jr. told us that last night, post-game. I can't settle for the three. But it's tempting when Akron gives you that as part of the Akron defensive strategy to let them shoot from beyond the arc. And sure enough, the Rockets are 1 for 5 so far from three-point range.
So the game plan for Akron is working. You know, when other team throws a game plan at you, you have to have a solution. The solution, I think, is getting Rollins going downhill, getting Dennis going downhill, getting Milner going downhill. And then if you want to throw it back out, you got a 50% three-point shooter and Shoemate, dumping it to him.
12-7 early. Dribble 4 points, 3 for Dawson, 3 for Castaneda, and a bucket for Enrique Freeman, who did go to the bench early with foul number 1. It's been something John Gross has had to battle, Wolfie, all year long, managing foul issues with Freeman, because every team in the scout wants to get him out of the game.
And, you know, he's just so good. A lot of times he doesn't need to leave his feet. This is a young player. I mean, we talked about how he's, you know, basically walked onto the program, tried out for the team. He's got a high ceiling. So you work with him on that. I think John Gross has done a good job managing his minutes and managing his foul trouble.
First meeting between these two teams, January 28th. We call it for you on CBS Sports Network. Won by Toledo at home, 84-76. That was their 8th straight win at the time. Akron had won 4 in a row, entering that one at Savage. Ryan Rollins had 21. Raheem Moss had 20. Ray J. Dennis had 15. So the backcourt, the stars, the glue of the Rocket team was so important the first time they met. Now Freeman is back in. You like that?
I like it, and I think all that John Gross did, you know, John's been around a long time. We've talked about it. He just said, listen, we're going to settle you down. Took him out. This is what's going to happen if you get your second foul. So get used to it.
You'll be sitting right next to me.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
Freeman's a smart player, smart kid. He'll figure it out.
Robin Clark, freshman guard, first time into the game here for the Zips. Dribble handles. Freeman battling Shoemate with a foul. Let's keep a close eye on that matchup. Dawson, fearless for 3. That's why. He's got 2 tonight.
We've talked about it. I mean, I thought he was the X factor in the game yesterday. Knocking down the outside jump shot. He's a tough dude is what Coach Gross called him.
Right. Great shot maker. Loves to win. John Gross just enamored with the job that Dawson has done in the absence of Brian Trimble. 9 to shoot here for Moss, who floats, looks for help. No one there. Knocked around. Baseline out of bounds. And it's going to be Toledo ball here.
Now you got to get a hand in Dawson's face. Now watch how open he is. You see him at the top of your screen. It's wide open. You cannot leave him that way. He is too good of a jump shooter. In this tournament, he has been on fire.
His sister Jordan, the MAC MVP on the women's side for Akron. Coach Gross told us last night he took the entire team to watch the women play at the tournament here, not just to root on the team, which is a great thing to do, but to get a feel for the arena, which they don't see except this time in March once a year. Team's not allowed to shoot around here.
Well, I think it's good to support both teams supporting each other.
Shoemate back, iron miss, rebound Moss, and 1. And a chance for a 3-point play. Moss has been the offense for Toledo so far. That's 7 points of the 9 they've scored.
And most of his shots, now he had the 3-point jumper at the top, but here you see it's a 1-2 rebound. Nobody boxed him out, and Moss is strong enough to take a couple guys up with him. Fortunately, he was able to get in behind the defense.
Dawson picks up the foul, and not Freeman. That's good news for Akron fans. Freeman's got the strong rebound, and Moss cannot complete the 3-point play. So Moss had a career best 20 last time these teams met at Savage Arena on the Toledo campus. Trying to repeat the feat here tonight. Dribble the handle up top, floats. Back iron, look at Freeman. Stick back for 2.
That's a great rebound and a stick back, but if I'm John Gross, I'm like, hey, well, Enrique, get in front of me. Don't go over top of him.
Right?
He was staring that second foul.
Drama on that Akron bench, I'll bet.
Yeah.
Knowing John Gross. Still amazing. He's got that incredible length and reach, the wingspan for Freeman. 8 to shoot. Moss, baseline, 2 more. Wow, what a start he's had tonight.
But
he's got 9.
Well, no, that's what they got to do. Toledo has got to take the ball to the basket. When Milner and Rollins get back in the game, I guarantee you, this is a smart, well-coached team, and they'll change up, and they'll start taking aggressive, get downhill.
9 of the Rockets' 11 for Raheem Moss so far. Now that's a start. With all 4 of his shots from the field. 8 to shoot. Freeman skipping, dribble to 1 more. Clark in the corner. Too strong on a 3. Freeman up high for the rebound. Taken down instead by Keyshawn Saunders into the game for the first time out of Canada. Shoemate, great 3-point shooter. There it is on display. Leading 3-point percentage in the MAC this year.
But it came inside outside. That's what you want. It came out of the offense. Down low, shrink the defense, throw it back out for a step-in 3.
51.2% from beyond the arc for Shoemate. All MAC, second team for good reason. And the leaders in block shots as well.
Great rebounder.
Division II transfer, it's an amazing story. Ali, top of the key, trying to get going, can't hit.
Forced it. You don't need to force it. You got so many good players out there surrounding you, especially the way Dawson's shooting the 3-ball. Move the ball around.
Rebound for Cooper Jacoby in the game for the first time. Ali 0 for 3 from the field thus far for Akron. Moss, baseline. Over Freeman, way short. Shoemate, strong rebound, foul by Clark.
Did you say over Freeman?
Yeah, I did. Freeman's
Ray J. Dennis
avoiding foul number 2, which he's done so far pretty well.
Yeah. Ray J. Dennis is really quick, and it was a smart move by Freeman to stay where he was and just put his hand up.
All right, let's talk about Rocket defense tonight, Steve.
Well, I'll tell you what they're doing is they're doing a great job in doubling down. Now watch right here. All right, stop it right here. You're going to see Shoemate is going to go back down low, and he is going to double up Freeman. So what does he do? Freeman's got to look. The only thing that's open, stop right there. You see, good pass, skip pass for an open jump shot. So defense worked, but I thought offense worked too. Freeman got it out of the double team and reversed the side of the court.
What a year for Toledo, Wolfie. A school record 17 MAC wins. First time in school history, back-to-back MAC regular season championships. And over the last 7-8 years, we've done so many MAC games and talked with Todd Kowalczyk many times. The passion, the burn, and desire that the Coach K of the MAC has to get Toledo back to the big dance is indescribable, is the best way for me to put it. He has worked so hard with that staff, fan base, recruiting, players to try to get there. They were +2 in terms of winning the MAC regular season last year and lost in the semifinals. He felt that was his best team. This year, he thinks they may be even better, that this could be finally the year the 40-year drought ends for Rocket fans to get back to the big dance.
Well, realize this, they lost 2 of their best guys last year. Marin Jackson was a really good
player of the year.
Great guard for them. But what they've done, I think the biggest key, they brought in guys like Ray J. Dennis. They brought in Moss. Guys that go out there and coach on the court. And I think that 17 wins is a school record for Toledo. And all the stuff that happened before yesterday, Coach Kowalczyk doesn't want to even talk about it. They have 3 games, and they're taking one at a time. He did not want to talk about what if. Didn't want to talk about how many games they've won. He wanted to talk about Akron. We have to beat Akron.
He got a big contract extension. A good move, I thought, from the Toledo Athletic Department right before this tournament to give him the confidence. You know what? We win this thing. We lose this thing, it's going to be okay for him. I would imagine that relaxes the head coach going to a big event like this.
Well, they're getting a new athletic director May 1. I think that any program would love to have these coaches on their bench. John Grosh, Todd Kowalczyk, class guys, work hard. Players love them. Players love them.
Shoemate misses 2. That's unusual. Shoots 84% from the line. So Toledo, 4 for 4 from Raheem Moss. The rest of the team, 2 for 9 from the field. It's been all Moss so far with 9 points. Ali's been really quiet, leading scorer for Akron. Castaneda has a shot rattle out on him.
I think Toledo's got to get Rollins involved in the game a little bit.
Castaneda, great save. Rollins back in the game. Able to get it to Miller Jr. top of the key. Short.
That's how he started yesterday. Really struggled from the field in the first half, but came on in the second half. 17 of his 22 points were in the second half.
Castaneda lit up this arena last night with 15 in the first half. Clark, too strong, win, weak side rebound, but can't stick it back in. Loose change for Clark. Fresh 20 for Akron. Clark, Freeman, two more. Got us a miss.
How about the effort on the offensive glass by the Zips? Time after time. Shoemake tried to tip it out. Zips got the ball. Freeman was able to clean it up.
Got 6, hit all 3 so far. Rollins on the end trying to respond, too strong. He didn't like that shot.
No, I think that he is so good getting to the basket. He's just got to get downhill. I tell you, Akron's doing a great job of chesting him and not allowing him to get downhill, but he's got to fight through that.
Already 6 points, 5 boards for Freeman. Rebound on the MAC, 11 per game. 16 double-doubles to lead the MAC by a wide margin. 6 to shoot. Ali on Saunders, the pump fake. Has his first 2.
Ran the shot clock down to 2 seconds. Toledo is an up-and-down team. Leading scoring team in the MAC. Taking really, the wind out of the sails of the Rockets right now.
Rollins held in check so far. Spin move. First team All-MAC performer. Hangs and hits. That was sweet.
That's what the doctor ordered. He can do that. You have to continue doing it. I mean, Dennis has got to do it. Milner's got to do it. The 3 big guys. Moss is already doing it.
Win up top. Freeman, 2-man game, the kick out. Castaneda, 8 to shoot. Fakes, nice through traffic. Hangs, hits off the glass. That was pretty.
Dave, once again, they reversed the sides of the court, which is so important for spacing. And that was all set up by Freeman, getting the ball in the low block and passing out of the double team, able to get Castaneda in on a dribble drive.
Ray J. Dennis for 2.
Back to back.
Wolfie has been coaching this Toledo team. Get the ball to the basket, make some rim runs, right?
Well, they're too good at doing that. I mean, the 3 ball is going to be there. It's always going to be there. But get the inside game moving.
No foul. Castaneda, step back 3. Airborne splash. Feeling it. Xavier Castaneda from deep.
That's a double whammy. That's Akron's biggest lead of the game. And not only did they take away that possible offensive foul, Castaneda dropped the dime.
Akron has definitely thrown the first punch in this first half. Rollins trying to respond, way too strong on the jumper for the free throw line. Tracked down for win. And Akron back on the attack here. Really impressed with the game plan. John Gross has run up so far in this scout.
And you know what? Like he was telling us yesterday, he played in this league, took him to the NCAA, took him to Ohio University back in the day. He's been around 25 years. He has slowed the tempo down for Toledo.
Xavier Castaneda, the USF transfer. Akron's 3rd leading scorer for John Gross. Fabulous so far here tonight.
Well, you got to guard him on the perimeter because he's shooting the 3 ball so well. I mean, he was 3 for 4 yesterday and 2 for 2 so far today. So he's 5 or 6 of the last 2 games. As you see right here, may have gotten away with a little push-off. Dropping the dime, but Castaneda, because he's shooting the ball so well, he's able to get that dribble drive.
Transfer from USF. Now, he and Lauren Christian Jackson were really good friends in Chicago, grew up playing ball together. Lauren Christian, of course, former MVP in the MAC, now playing overseas in Europe. So when Xavier was kind of disgruntled, didn't like the playing time under Brian Gregory at USF, wasn't happy with his fit in the situation there, it was time to transfer. He talked with Lauren Christian Jackson about Akron's fit. Lauren Christian was also transferred himself from a California school, and he said, you're going to love the academics, the coaching staff, the team. This could be a great place for you. And that's the main reason Xavier Castaneda picked Akron of all the schools that wanted him when he went into the portal.
So you think that he's going to maybe be offered an opportunity to help John Gross coach, recruit?
Maybe. Absolutely. That's quite a get from USF in the American Conference. 26-18 our score here. Akron off to a tremendous start trying for the championship game. Such a shame for Akron Wolfie in 2020. They won the regular season. John Gross's best season since returning to the MAC. You mentioned the Sweet 16 run a couple years ago for Ohio, but no tournament in 2020. You and I are both here and reminiscing of what that was like to enter the building here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, see the team warming up for the quarterfinals. They got pulled off. Commissioner Dr. John Steinbrecher made the announcement not long after the tournament was canceled. That's tough for John Gross and Akron. They had such a great season.
Yeah, they had a great season, great team. They were all fired up. You know who had another good season that year? James Whitford. They had for Ball State. Ball State was really good. But, you know, in this game, both of these coaches have been here before. So far, Akron has executed. They've had 18 possessions and 0 turnovers, and that's a big deal.
Zips have hit 4 of their last 5. Moss has had the best offensive effort so far for the top seeds, 4 for 4 from the field on the 9 points. Rollins has been quiet. Milner Jr., no points. Shoemate, just the 1 3.
That's exactly what Milner Jr. did yesterday. Really struggled in the first half.
Pocket pass, dribble, Freeman, left low block. Here's the back end. Good feed for Tribble, who cuts and scores. Cutting off the ball, Steve Wolf. Basketball one-on-one, right?
They're moving the ball. Everybody's touching it. They're reversing the sides of the court, and they're taking high percentage shots. Open threes after they've already gotten the ball inside.
Mihai Carcona touches here. Freshman center from Romania. Moss been red hot. Left alone, baseline, way short.
They're leaving them open. Akron is saying, okay, try to do that. What you have to do is you have to punch somebody in the mouth when they're doing that. You've got to go straight to the basket and really hit them strong.
Carcona's first foul.
Now look at this great pass. This is what we've talked about all evening long. When you get the ball inside to Freeman's hands, he's going to make something happen. He's a really good passer. And so far, Toledo's been doubling him. He's made good decisions out of the double team.
The touch for Freeman. Right of the paint. Whips the pass. Castaneda open for 3. Not this time. Short. Freeman a battle. Trying to save it. On the baseline comes to Rollins. But Freeman just plays recklessly out there with that 1 foul, trying to avoid 2. Foul in transition. It's going to be win.
I love what Moss is doing. I love he's getting downhill. He's taking it to the defense. As soon as he gets it out, doesn't give the defense time to set up. That is Toledo basketball.
Rollins short again. Tough start continues. First team All-MAC. He and Mark Sears and the eventual player of the year, Sincere Carey of Kent State, really were neck and neck, right? Wolfie, most of the season for the MVP in the conference. Carey separated himself with that 42-point game he had late in the year against Ball State. The same night that Malik Jacobs had the first ever triple-double in Kent State history. So Carey deserved it, but Rollins had a great year. Not a great night tonight, though.
Well, and what Sincere Carey was able to do consistently, he had 3 straight MAC Player of the Week honors. That's huge.
Amazing season. Transfer from Duquesne will get his story in the next game, of course. Kent State, 13 straight wins. Can they win over 14 to make the title game? We'll find out. Castaneda rattles it in.
He's just been so sweet for John Gross and this Akron Zip team. He has done an excellent job. And right now, Akron is on a 7-0 run. And they are doing it by moving the basketball and just getting open shots.
Rollins just trying to get going. Somehow misses that one. Carcona battles. Stick back try. Nobody shoots some free throws.
Castaneda is already in double figures. He's 4 for 7 from the field. And you know, he just has played outstanding in this tournament so far. First half yesterday, he had 15 and was just keeping them in the game and building the lead, knocking down shots. He and Dawson, I thought, were the unsung heroes of that game.
The Wolfie MVP award. I like that. We should do every broadcast.
Yeah.
Give him a sticker or something. I don't know.
You know, this is
label.
Oh yeah, I tell you, and it's the way it looks right now. Everything is going right for Akron, and Toledo just has to see the ball go through the net a little bit. And I think there's A little bit stressed, a little bit rusty, a little bit nervous. Rollins is just such a super player. He's got to get to the basket.
Darcona does hit 1 of 2. Shoots 63% from the line. He'll come out, Shoemate back in. I'm with you. This is a un-Toledo-like game. A 26-win team. Lost in this building in the semifinals to Ohio, the eventual champs here last year.
Well, you know, yesterday in the second half, I thought Toledo did a really good job on the defensive end of the court. Their defense led the offense, and then they got some runouts. But so far, Akron's had the answers to the defense that Toledo's playing.
Largest lead at 12. It's 11 now. In the very beginning, though, Wolfie, it's been Akron's game in control. Dennis is going to be fouled on the baseline. Castaneda commits the personal. His first. Castaneda out. Clark is in. You sort of feel like, Wolfie, watching this Akron team, those guards have done such a great job picking it up in the absence of Brian Trimble, who was, as we talked about when he left, leading the MAC in threes per game in total threes.
Akron has basically had the whole year next man up. And I think COVID has helped every team in the country figure out next man up. You can't complain about it. You know, you want to have the guys out on the court, you know, that you can get the job done. And if there's an issue, you got to move on.
Rollins one-on-one. The ISO, the step back over Tribble, block, got a piece of it. How about the defense from Greg Tribble? He has been everywhere tonight for Akron. Man, Zips are having a great first half here.
Well, Rollins is 1 for 8 and 0 for 3 from behind the arc. That's the story here this evening.
Surprising miss for Tribble. Did everything but finish on a really nice rim run there for Akron. He's been the man right here. Raheem Moss offensively for Toledo. It's blocked. Michael Wynn with a stuff.
That was great defense by Wynn. Watch him come over, and I think he gets it with his left hand and knocks it away. That's just really good defense, because instead of using the right hand where he would have fouled him, he goes over top of his head with the left hand. Good defensive play by Wynn.
What a pass, Moss from Rollins for 2. That was sweet for Toledo.
That tells you a little bit about Ryan Rollins. He's struggling, but makes an excellent pass, an unselfish pass to get Moss an easy 2. That's why this Toledo team has been so good. They just need to keep it up and continue, because Akron is doing everything right now.
11 for Moss of his team's 21. The top seeds need somebody to step up. Tribble lost this time off the foot of Miller Jr. Moss on the move again.
Ooh, good
Jump
defense.
Stop for Rollins.
That was great defense by Ali.
Recovery. Ali, the leading scorer for the Zips, not much tonight. Does hold Moss this time on his move to the basket.
Well, Ryan Rollins is the guy that really everybody looks to on this team. He's an unselfish leader. And you see that beautiful stick pass with the left hand to Moss. You know, he knows that he's struggling offensively. Everybody can see it. Yeah, but makes him happy. That's what I want to do. That's what I should be doing.
Shooting numbers, wow. Really start for the Zips here now on the year, Wolfie. Let's check those stats. At field goal numbers, 46%. And they give up 42%. When you think about Toledo, MAC numbers for the whole season. #1 in scoring, #1 in scoring defense. Akron's defense has been really good in terms of field goal defense, but overall it's been Toledo owning both ends of the court. That's changed here tonight.
So when you look at those numbers, what does that mean? I mean, yeah, Akron shooting over 50%, and Toledo's a really good defensive team. But Toledo is just not shooting the ball very well when they get down in the half court. They're taking too many outside shots to start the game, and they have to finish at the rim. They got to get to the free throw line. Make Akron pay. But you got to credit Akron. There's a reason why Toledo shooting 37%. Akron is playing very good chest-up defense, not allowing guys to get to the basket. When they do, they're meeting them at the rim. You know, like Wynn did the last time down on Rollins.
Toledo first place in 5 different major categories in the max stats at the end of the regular season. Struggled last night against a surging Central Michigan team. Actually trailed the Chips and Tony Barbie at halftime in a game we watched here with Jenny yesterday courtside. An incredible finish that Toledo was able to survive their game with the Chippewas.
Tell you what, Chippewas are going to be good. They played a 2-3 matchup man-to-man. And Toledo just really had problems because you don't see it very often. And they played it to perfection. And they took Akron down to the wire. They took Toledo down the wire. This is a team that really came on. I was not surprised, you know, at the outcome of that game. I thought it was going to be close.
Todd Kowalczyk wasn't either. We talked to him last night. It's a guy with 6 20-win seasons, 4 in the last 5 years. Looking for his 3rd appearance in the MAC title game. Hasn't won it yet. Ryan Rollins is going to have to pick things up if they're going to get to tomorrow night.
Well, that was just a real important move. That last play that he threw that left-handed pass into the post was a big play for him to get him off the schneid offensively.
Wow. Struggles continue. Misses the free throw. On the front end, he was bumped before the break. So it's right back to Clark and this Akron team up by 9.
Well, I think that Akron has to continue. They want to go in to the locker room up 10. They're playing the 2-3 zone right now. A little bit different. Actually, no, it's back to man-to-man. They're showing the 2-3, and they're standing man-to-man.
Ali shows us why he's such a great scorer. Gets the roll. Second field goal. 14.2 points a game. Also leads the team in assists. Akron, 4 players, Wolfie, in double figures. Balanced scoring entering the semifinal.
I think Akron has played a flawless first half.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they're playing excellent defense. They're rebounding the ball well. They got 14 points in the paint.
Can't make it steals like that. Ali with some numbers on the bounce for Freeman. Tough pass to catch. Watch out for the foul. He gave it up. Dennis the other way. Trevor. Always fouled first. That's why Trevor.
See, if you're Akron, you don't want it to happen. You do not want Toledo to get an up-and-down game. They are efficient at a fast break. They share the ball when they're running in transition. That time, a turnover led to a breakout for an easy trip to the basket.
2 fouls there, partner on Dawson. So Dennis the free throw line. The Boise State transfer. He's out of Plainfield, Illinois, not far from Chicago. And a game at the end of the year played at Northern Illinois, had a career best 22. He had 50 family and friends there watching him. And that's one reason he transferred to a MAC school after playing a couple years for Leon Rice in Boise.
And he said he loved Boise. He really enjoyed it there. And it was more so the, you know, Toledo's presence. But you'll see this foul. People were yelling about the walk, so we'll see what happens. When does he get fouled? He walked before he got fouled.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I don't have the final say.
Yeah, I don't either.
So his second made free throw of the night for Toledo. And Dennis hits 2.
That's why they get paid the big bucks to referee. I'm sitting here, but
those guys are amazing. But game every night, different arena, different conference.
It was interesting. Last possession, Toledo put a little full pressure on Akron, trying to slow them up in the front court.
Ali, the back end. Loves that shot. Turnaround jumper. He's long, he's athletic. He creates the space, Wolfie, and he almost always knocks that down.
And it's a mismatch. You got strong Moss is very, very strong. He can peek down low, but he's undersized. So Ali can take it and then fade away and still have that length to knock it down.
This one is a treble, and the 4th turnover of the night for Toledo.
Here's Ali taking it inside. He gets Moss on his heels and then turns around, does a fadeaway little shot. Because he's so long, he's able to get that position and go over top of Moss.
What a talent. And what a story. He had a handful of Division II and Division III offers. Discovered at an AAU tournament. He was not the player Toledo or Akron coaches were looking at. They were looking at somebody else. He was in the court next door, shooting by himself. And John Gross looked over and said, "Who's that?" And his assistant, John Gross, had to leave the tournament not long after. See another player, different state. and his assistant followed up, and Ali ends up being a zip. It's an amazing story, really. Who's that guy?
Well, John Gross is a tireless worker. You know, he's had stints. He's been at Ohio State. He's been at Arizona. He's been at Ohio University. Took Ohio University into the tournament.
Illinois after the Bobcat run.
Illinois was a little tough. He had 3 different athletic directors in the time he was there, but all of his children are born in different college campuses.
8 for Ali, partner. And look at the effort on the baseline. Castaneda almost made a steal. And Freeman's going to congratulate him along the dribble. And it's out of bounds, but man, what a play that was.
It's the largest lead for Akron at 13.
Wow. Toledo looks lost here, partner, right now. Other than Moss, they look lost.
Well, you heard what Coach Kowalczyk said yesterday. He goes, we are calm, we are cool, we're collected. You know, so don't count them out, but they have to figure out something that works. And I think what works is trying to get good ball movement. Do not let it stick and get inside the paint.
Shoemate, the D2 transfer, lost the handle. And Castaneda is fouled by Moss.
Right, to realize when you drive in the lane against Akron, you're going to have 3 players coming at you. You have to be ready. This is what Akron wants. Get it out. And you see Moss getting that foul called on him.
Two fouls, Moss out for now. Shoemate checks out. I doubt we'll see either of those guys for the rest of the first half.
Well, we saw
dominant zip performance so far.
We saw Buffalo, who was struggling mightily in the second half. We saw Jim Weitzel put 4 guys in. Guys that are bench players, put them in the game, and they brought them back. You know, so maybe Toledo doesn't play their bench very much. They have 5 starters that average over 30 minutes a game. So it's a different situation. You know, Saunders will come in, you know, and play some minutes. Carcona comes in and plays some minutes, but mostly it's the starters.
Freeman on a bounce. Mismatch again. Enrique Freeman spins and scores. He gets what he wants down low. You cannot stop this guy, the former tryout player for Akron. And look at the zips. Up by 15 on top seeded Toledo. Rollins in the corner trying to make something happen. Answers with a nice shot.
Just watching that possession, it looked like Akron had like 6 or 7 guys on the court. I mean, they're chasing. There was 2 or 3 guys chasing Rollins, and he still was able to get the shot off. But they are just playing with a lot of energy right now.
Ali feeling it from deep, too strong. Freeman trying to clean it up, but it's taken away by Milner Jr. 35 seconds to go in our first half.
When you're up 13, you don't need that 3-point jump shot. Akron needs to get the ball inside and try to build on it. You don't need an early shot in the shot clock.
All right, so if you're Toledo here, it's an important possession, Wolfie, in my mind. 32.3. Akron shot early. I'm with you on that with Ali. You need momentum going to the locker room because right now you've just been punched in the mouth and you're on the ropes as the top seed. You're in some trouble.
2 ways this can go. You look at, you know, young kids, you look at the score, you're down 13. Well, 3 you get us to 10. You try to get to 2. And yesterday, Ray J. Dennis called the play in the huddle. I think it's going to be a dribble drive. Get the ball into Dennis's hands. Let him get to the basket. If he can't make it, then push it out for a 3.
You see it, 8-second differential. Game clock, shot clock here to end the first half from Cleveland. Rollins launches a 3. Nails it. Big shot for Toledo.
Or get the ball out of bounds, throw it to Rollins on him at 3.
His first 3 of the night. 3 of 10 shooting. Final 15 ticks, fading first half clock here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Clark for Ali. Got to figure it's going up. Clark will shoot instead. From iron miss. Rollins the rebound, and that will do it for the opening 20. Toledo never led in the first half. Akron got off to that great start. Castaneda had 10 in the first half, 8 for Freeman, 8 for Ali, 6 each for Tribble and Dawson. So all 5 Akron starters scoring at least 6 points. Wow, look at Akron, a 10-point lead on top-seeded Toledo. Our coverage from the MAC semifinals in Game 1 between Akron and Toledo will resume after halftime. How about this score? Akron, 4th seeded, 38, top seeded, and 2-time defending regular season champ. Toledo, 28. On the call with you here in Cleveland. Great to have you back with us at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Dave Ryan alongside Steve Wolf, former star and captain at Xavier Wolfie. Wow, what a balanced scoring effort from Akron in the first half. And the game plan for John Gross was fabulous.
They've executed the game plan. They've played very solid defense. They have gotten everybody involved in the offense. I mean, and you talk about the big three for Akron. Freeman 4 for 4 with 8 points. Been efficient. Dawson knocking down the 3 here. He's 2 for 2 with 6 points. And then Castaneda, maybe got a little way with an offense foul there. He's been 4 for 7, so they're 10 for 13, the big three.
Look at that balance. And 53+% from the field for Akron. Entering the game tonight, 46%. So a great opening 20 for John Gross and company. Now the question, can he close out the top-seeded Rockets? Won't be easy.
And Toledo did the same thing yesterday. Got down a little bit in the first half and had a great second half. Really played hard. The guy that really set him up in the second half is this guy right here, Seth Milner. He's got to be aggressive.
Here's Moss. Had a great first half. Kicks out for Rollins. 3 of 10 shooting for the first-team All-MAC performer. Ryan Rollins, a sophomore, glides and scores.
You had to know that was coming. Get into the paint. And you know what? This chip away. They were able to cut it to 10 right before half. They're making good, smart decisions. Realize this is a team that's won 17 conference games. And they won the Mid-American Conference outright.
For a reason.
Yep.
Very good team. Ali up top. Castaneda, the only double-figure scoring for the Zips in the first half. Moss had 11 for Toledo. 2 to shoot. Castaneda lost it. It's out of bounds. Kept there by Akron. Ryan Rollins says, no, that's not the right call. And Chris Beaver, the official, will reverse himself. And it's back to Toledo.
So Toledo has really kept their cool. I mean, this is a team that throughout the year has been down. They've been able to come back. They have done the last 2 possessions. They've been smart, getting the ball inside, and then they had an outside jump shot by Rollins. Got to continue getting to the basket.
On a bounce, Rollins trying to save it baseline, right to Freeman.
I didn't like that shot. I didn't like that shot
in the shot clock cycle.
This right now, realize that the Zips have the control of the game. Toledo got a little momentum at the end of the half, but when you have control of the game, you go with what's your best. Getting the ball inside. Get Ali touches. Get Freeman touches.
Back in on Milner. It's almost always going up from the baseline. Everything but drop. And a rebound for Rollins. He's got the last 7 Toledo points. Moss on the move. Lost it to Tribble. Court speed. Brian Tribble up ahead. Dawson gathers.
Smart play by Dawson. Didn't have it. Brought it back out.
Tribble will take. Can't convert. Freeman the rebound. And he's fouled. Rollins got a piece of it. What an effort by Greg Tribble. Not once, but twice. And well, Freeman is everywhere.
Toledo back-to-back turnovers leading to breakouts by Akron.
6 rebounds, Wolfie. 8 points so far for Freeman. The double-double Akron machine. Fires the pass to Dawson. Sets the pick. Ali leans in. Not this time. Welcome to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers, and as always, home of the Mid-American Conference Tournament. Dave Ryan, Steve Wolf, Jenny Dale with you. This is semifinal number 1 between the top seed Toledo, 4-seeded Akron. Wolfie, we're just underway in half number 2, and things are boiling over a little bit after a great first half from Akron up by 10.
Well, the referee's now trying to get Greg Tribble to settle down. He and Milner were going back and forth at each other. Moss took it in and laid in the basket to cut the lead to 6.
No foul. It's significant. Was on Enrique Freeman, partner. That's his second. The MAC Defensive Player of the Year, leading rebounder of the conference, who's been dominant so far tonight. The top seeds on the ropes in the first half. Held by as many as 12. Trying to make a comeback. Half number 2. Miller Jr. is way long on a 3 in the corner. Raheem Moss, the former high school football recruit, looking for that one. Comes to Dennis Jr. and Ray J. Dennis Jr., the Boise State transfer, has got a bucket on the reverse layup. All of a sudden, a 4-point game.
6-0 run to start the second half by Toledo, and they're going to get Ray J. Dennis for the reach around foul. But Toledo has just stayed calm and cool and collected. Akron has to match that. Right now, they're getting a little rattled. They've missed some shots to start the second half. They have to take care of the basketball.
All 5 starters for Akron scored at least 6 points in the opening half. Xavier Castaneda, the USF transfer, had 10. As you check the numbers, in the first half, 53.3% for Akron. John Gross dialing up a tremendous game plan in half number 1. Greg Tribble, Castaneda the kick out, under 10 to shoot. Float to the elbow, he's fouled, and shoots 2. Wolf, we'll do the best we can to match that amazing UAB Middle Tennessee game before us from Conference USA that went to 3 overtimes. We're excited to have the semifinals here tonight at CBS Sports Network.
Well, and right now, this game is heating up. It's getting a little chippy. Both teams talk a little trash. Toledo, the number 1 seed, Akron, the number 4 seed, in a battle.
One more here for Castaneda. Had a big first half in the quarterfinals here last night. A win over Buffalo for Akron. A last-second victory. Greg Tribble hit 2 free throws in the final moments to put it away. Castaneda had 15 in the first half last night, 10 in the first half tonight. Hits 2 here. Transfer from USF to the American Conference. Native of Chicago. And good friends with Lauren Christian Jackson, the former MAC Player of the Year, also from the Windy City. Helped him transfer to Akron. Take Moss, way too strong. And Freeman, another rebound here for Akron. The tremendous board. Again, he's got 7.
I love the move by Moss. He lost control of the ball when he went up, but that was a really strong move getting to the bucket.
Here's Tribble. Pump fake over Shoemate. Short on the righty runner. Rebound for Moss. Has 13 points. Only double-figure scorer for Toledo. Leading the MAC in scoring heading in. There's Shoemate. Nice high-low touch. The D2 transfer a bucket.
This second half is totally opposite how the first half started. Outside jump shots by Toledo helped them, helped Akron get that lead. Second half, they've gone inside. Moss being strong, getting behind the defense with that beautiful pass to Shoemate.
For those of you who are not watching the stream during that exciting UAB Middle Tennessee game, Wolfie said that, by the way, several times. Coach Wolf was drawing it up. That's a reason Toledo struggled. Dawson was bumped by Moss. 3 to shoot. Michael Dawson steps back. It's a 3. Short. Rebound, Ali, leading scorer. Castaneda tries a 3 and nails it. What a response for Akron.
Castaneda has been the most consistent player in this tournament. Just making good decisions, knocking down open shots. Put Akron on his back yesterday against Buffalo.
Rollins from the elbow hits and responds. Silky smooth, first-team All-MAC performer. The sophomore from Macomb, Michigan. One of every MAC school. Came down to Kent State and Toledo for his services. And Todd Kowalczyk, head coach of the Rockets, so glad he is on the Toledo campus. Ali, there's a travel call. For those of you watching on CBSSports.com, our streaming coverage will conclude after the commercial. Once again, home of the MAC tournament. Great to have with us. Dave Ryan alongside Steve Wolf, former star captain at Xavier, joined by Jenny Dell throughout the broadcast as well. Great Akron first half. Wolf up by 10 for John Gross. Half number 2. The script has been flipped thanks to the Rockets.
Well, in the first half, everything went right for Akron. We're able to get the ball inside. You know, Freeman just played outstanding. So did Dawson and Castaneda. Between them, they were 10 for 13 and really just dominated that first half. But it's been a different second half. Realize that Akron had 16 points in the paint to 14 for Toledo in the first half. In the second half right now, Toledo's got 10 straight points in the paint and now leads that category. And so it's been a different half so far for Toledo.
Take a look at the game summary, Wolf. You're brought to you by AT&T 5G. What do you see here?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the points in the paint right now. That's a huge thing. You know, Toledo has changed and put away the 3-ball, and they've been very efficient here in the second half. They're an experienced team, and they have to continue getting the ball in the paint. Now, Akron has to slow down Toledo a little bit. No more turnovers, take care of the ball. Don't let them get out in transition.
Second half shooting, 5 of 7 for the Rockets. They've made 7 of 9 going back to the end of the first half. They really struggled offensively most of the first half. Dominated by the Zips. 10 to shoot, double team. And a foul call. Mike Wynn got too close there on the sideline. And that's his second foul for Akron.
I really think in the second half, Toledo is finally matching the physicality of Akron. Akron's been physical. They've taken the ball to Toledo in the second half. Toledo's taken the ball to Akron.
3 fouls on Wynn, partner. Miller Jr. brilliant in the quarterfinal win for the Rockets. Wyatt tonight, one of the top scorers in the MAC. All Mid-American Conference player. Trying to change that. And right on cue. Seth Miller Jr.'s got his first points of the semifinal.
In the second half, Akron's now doing some trapping on the wings. Trying to take Toledo to run that shot clock down. They did a good job of that time, but Milner executed in the paint.
He had 22 in the quarterfinal. Incredible victory, the 1-point win for Toledo here yesterday against Central Michigan. Game that went right down the wire. Chips almost did it. Knocked off the top seeds in the quarters. Castaneda lost the handle. Good effort, Ali. And a kick is called.
Milner, you talked about it, he had 22 in the game, but he had 17 in the second half. This is what he did in the second half yesterday, was able to get the ball in the paint. He even said, you know, I started shooting the threes and I decided to put that ball away and start getting in the paint. He's a very athletic 3 or stretch 3.
That was a big point of emphasis from Miller Jr. and us last night. Told the 3 of us, we have got to get the ball inside, and they were shooting too many threes in the first half and fell way behind. Castaneda thinking about a 3 is fouled and shoots 3 free throws. Rollins is beside himself with that call. That's his second personal, the star guard for Toledo.
It's a cardinal sin. You do not foul the jump shooter. If it even looks like it's going to be a foul. As you see, he touched his hand, and then he hit him with the body. So, yes, the shot was almost, maybe it didn't alter the shot, but it's still a foul.
Two more free throws for Castaneda. Make sure to tune in to the 2022 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart on April 1st live at 4:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. One more free throw, Castaneda. The team's third leading scorer, second in assists. Akron 4 players, Wolfie double figures, and they showed that balance in the first half tonight.
They came out of the gate fired up. They had a little bit more energy, and he made all 3 of those free throws. Castaneda, early in the second half, already has 18 points.
Wow. What a tournament. 33 points, 2 games. Castaneda, Rollins feeling it. He's hit his last 5. Ryan Rollins catching fire, showing us why he's first team All-MAC this year.
Rhino, he started 1 for 8.
Wow.
He's 5 for 5 since then, and really has taken over this game for Toledo.
All of a sudden, it's 4. Toledo badly outplayed in the first half. Turned the tables on the Zips in half number 2. Freeman's been really quiet. Clark drives, can't hit. They're not going to the post to Freeman.
you have to get the big guy touches. You have to have Ali touching the ball, and you have to have Freeman touching the ball.
Well, he touched it there, made a steal. That's how you do it.
Well, Toledo gave it to him.
Enrique Freeman, the leading rebounder in the MAC. His family's right behind us, actually. He's from here in Cleveland. He grew up 5 minutes away, he told us. And what a special story and night it is for Enrique Freeman. Ali almost walked and lost it to Mox. And here's Rollins with Miller Jr. Ryan Rollins floats. Miller Jr. gathers, lays it in and one for Toledo.
Akron didn't do that in the first half. They didn't have live ball turnovers that led to breakouts. You cannot allow Toledo to get out in transition. That time, good defense by Freeman and Castaneda. Milner right there to clean it up.
Third stop for Milner Jr. Started at Cleveland State and then went to Northwest Florida College JUCO and ended up at Toledo, the school that wanted him originally. A high-level college football recruit was offered by Michigan State. And misses a free throw, can't complete the three-point play. And the day he was supposed to visit Toledo, he had a football game. And, you know, all-state high school football player. Well, it never got made up, and ended up going to Cleveland State. He said, it was the biggest mistake I ever made, not going to Toledo to begin my career.
He's trying to right that mistake. He's trying to fix it.
There you go. Get it to Freeman, right, Wolfie?
Give it inside to the big fella. But I'll tell you, Toledo has not been to the tournament since 1980. And these guys think about it all the time. This is what they want to do. And right now, they got down in the first half, but they didn't get rattled. They've been able to come back and only down by 4 here.
Big numbers for Freeman, the former tryout player for Akron. 16 double-doubles to lead the MAC. Amazing. Saunders into the game. Here's Miller Jr. thinking three. It's way short. And another rebound for Freeman.
That's just really good defense by Akron. They kept Toledo on one side of the floor. There was no ball reversal. And if you're going to do that against Akron, they're going to double you on the wings. They're going to make it hard for you.
Awesome three-point threat. This time it's short, and Freeman's over the back. Third foul on Enrique Freeman.
Boy, Freeman could not afford to do that. But he has been playing so smart, they double down and throw it out of the break. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota.
Your wellness is your journey. And with almonds, an excellent source of magnesium.
Do you have to do that every time?
I do, because I'm an excellent source of magnesium to help support immunity. Whoa, whoa.
California Almonds, your friend in wellness.
Gotcha.
Steps on the beach count just as much as normal steps. They just lead somewhere better. Corona Premier. Lower carbs, lower calories. Is your light beer Premier?
What's the number again?
135, zone it in.
We have to be able to repair the enamel on a daily basis. With Pro Enamel Repair Toothpaste, we can help actively repair enamel in its weakened state. It's innovative. My go-to toothpaste is going to be Pro Enamel Repair.
If the peanut butter in a Reese's could talk to the chocolate, what would it say? You complete me. Should we start a podcast? Who does your ridges? College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Kubota. Together we do more. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, and secure.
Great run for Buffalo in the last 5 years. Defending champs to Ohio, they'll try to win again this year in 2022. Let's say hi to the third member of our crew. Here's Jenny Dell.
Nice to chat with you guys. Well, I spoke with Coach Kowalczyk at the half, and he told me that this team's really not used to playing in these close games, but they are not panicking. You can already see the adjustments coming in here in the second half. I was just in the huddle, too, and he said that the Zips defense is causing them to play too much one-on-one. So look for them to try to adjust that, guys.
Yeah, and that's exactly what has happened in the first half. Second half, they've done a lot better job of moving the ball. And like Jenny said, you know, if they're holding the ball and they're playing too much one-on-one, that is not the game plan.
Each team, 6-game win streak, entering this semifinal here tonight. Toledo leading the MAC much of the season, but Kent State Wolfie is the hottest team in the league. Golden Flashes, Rob Senderoff, the MAC Coach of the Year, have won 13 games in a row. So big goal for Toledo to try to get back to the NCAA tournament. It has been a long time. We mean a long time. 1980 was the last time Toledo made it. Beat Iowa in the first round, lost in round number 2. The only victory NCAA tournament in Toledo history. And far right, there's Jay Lehman on that 79-80 team. He's now one of the voices of the Toledo radio network. And here tonight, there's Jay. Hey, always good to see him.
That's been a long time ago. Rana, you were in probably grade school. I was in college.
I wasn't,
but that's a long, long time ago.
And I grew up in Iowa City, so a huge, huge Hawkeye fan. So Jay Lehman and the Rockets broke my heart. I stayed home from school, Wolfie, and watched that game. My mom let me play hooky, and I cried the rest of the day after.
That's why you're in broadcasting. If you would have stayed in school, you might have been
12 years old.
Instead of a broadcaster.
Painful memories for Rhino. Thanks for bringing it up. I mean, you feel for Toledo and their fans. It's been a long time.
It has been. I mean, you talk to these fans, they're like, God, I just want us to go before we die.
Wow, what a good look. Good stroke from Shoemate. Second three for the leading three-point shooter in the MAC. 51.2% from beyond the arc. Entering play tonight. Closest score it's been here. It's 1. As we talked about, Akron leading throughout.
And Akron in the first half, it's 19 field goals, and they only had 4 assists, so they have already now.
And Ali, the Zips leading score off the glass for 2.
Ali and Freeman have to get touches every time down the court. Milner's a really good defensive player, but Ali just took it right into his body and went over the right shoulder. Using the glass.
First foul partner on Milner Jr. So Ali and Freeman, Steve, each 10 points. Castaneda has 18. Freeman, though, 3 fouls. So let's keep a close eye on the big guy, who was an all-league player in the MAC Defensive Player of the Year as well. Trying to front Milner Jr. They're going to go right at him, trying to get his 4th foul. Tough shot, doesn't fall. Freeman the battle. Castaneda has got the rock.
Wow, that was really good fundamental defense by Freeman. Superman putting his hands high in the air, both of them up, and not fouling.
Castaneda, no. Freeman a hand on it. Got tripped up, no whistle. Rollins is on the move for Toledo. Hangs, can't hit, but does shoot some free throws. And it fell on Dawson. Will be his 3rd. So Dawson, the foul trouble story is mounting here for Akron.
Dawson was sprinting back and could not catch up with Rollins to try to set up and get the offensive foul. He was too deep in the restricted area. But this is what Toledo's doing now. If you miss or if you turn it over, they're sprinting down to try to get transition buckets.
18 times Wolfie this year, Ryan Rollins, 20 or more points for Todd Kowalczyk, the Rockets head coach, leading the MAC. Sensational in his sophomore year.
Well, and you know, the first half, it was an anomaly. I mean, he was 1 for 8, but he did hit that 3 at the end of the first half that I think propelled him starting out the second half. He has been a totally different player here this 20 minutes.
He's Toledo with 14 points in the game here tonight. 14 6-boards against Central Michigan in the 1-point nail-biter for the top seeds last night in the quarterfinals. Here's Freeman left of the paint. It's a double team with 6 to shoot. Ball movement, Dawson. Great 3-point shooter for the Zips. Back iron miss. Loose change. Comes the boss. Here's Rollins.
First half, those shots were going down for Akron.
Rollins on the move. Passing Miller Jr. Lots of contact. It's Freeman with a challenge. He picks up his 4th foul. And bodies strewn on the baseline. Freeman challenges and gets another foul.
I think this is one of those plays where if you're Freeman, you probably let him go. Let him have the 2. It's so important now. He's got 4 fouls, and he's the mainstay. That just changes their whole offense, and more importantly, it changes their defense. Not a smart play and fouling from behind.
Just a sophomore. Remember, Freeman was the tryout player who came out of the regular student body on academic scholarship at Akron. Miller Jr. one more free throw. Not a lot of experience for Freeman. In that case, you have got to let him go to avoid your 4th. To the bench at the 9:34 mark. Write that down, Wolf. You'll see how long John Gross keeps him there.
Well, John Gross told us yesterday in our talks with him about Freeman. Yeah, he's great on the basketball court. Defensive Player of the Year. He goes, he was chosen by the staff to be on student council. And most times when people are on student council, they're there because they're a basketball player and they have to be. The people on student council said, we want him back. He has done such an unbelievable job. He represents this basketball program for all the good things. So, yeah, he's got his 4th foul. They need him back in there. But he's much more than a basketball player.
No doubt. Academic scholarship to begin his Akron career. Trouble on the handle, 6 to shoot. Ali, watched by Shoemate, 5 on the timer. Here's the back end, the shot's coming up. Spins, hits another one. Wow.
He hit it in the double team. And what I was going to say is that that's not the offense they want because the ball stuck. They didn't move it. As you get closer towards the end of the game, they're going to have to keep the ball moving like they did in the first half.
Rollins tries a 3, can't answer it. Short. Castaneda up high for the rebound. "25 of 32 games, Xavier Castaneda, the USF transfer and a junior, double figures this year. John Gross raving also about his academics. He's one of the top student athletes on the Akron roster. Ali double team. Timeout. Called by John Gross with 9 on the timer. And 8:22 in the second half. Well, the game we got going here, Wolfie. Going to be fun finish in semifinal number 1.
Well, avoiding the double team and shooting it down. Keeping that lead to 4. We got a game here in Cleveland.
We love our new apartment.
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
But there's not much privacy.
What happened to your wall?
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
Does save us a ton. What's on this chicken?
Paprika.
Paprika! I made it at home.
It's my catchphrase.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
We have to be able to repair the enamel on a daily basis. With Pro Enamel Repair Toothpaste, we can help actively repair enamel in its weakened state. It's innovative. My go-to toothpaste is going to be Pro Enamel Repair.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first.